what makes UN, the UN Security Council, the ICC, the ICJ, all the esteemed lawyers there in their advisory positions, every British government since 1967, pretty much every international legal authority, they've all stated that the settlements in the occupied territories are illegal, and yet your position is different. What makes you better than all of these other lawyers that we've heard from who perhaps, in your view, don't understand real international law? What makes your position? Why should we hear your position as different and unique to theirs?
I've never suggested that I'm in any way better, but until and unless I am presented with an argument that makes it clear that this is the wrong application of international law, as opposed to what the UN and what these international courts and tribunals have consistently done, with some exceptions, I'm minded to say. There was the dissent that I mentioned from Sebutinde. In relation to the ICC, in fact, in 2021, there was also a very powerful dissent by Judge Kovacs. So I would...
Can I intervene here? Natasha, do you agree then that the occupations are not legal? The annexation is not legal, yes or no?
No, it's not a yes or no, because one cannot annex what is one's own sovereign territory. So the term annexation is misplaced here. Likewise, the term occupation, because when Israel recovered that territory... Let me give you a parallel example, which I know members of the committee will be familiar with. Russia has occupied Crimea from Ukraine. Why? Because Ukraine's borders were settled by uti possidetis juris. If Ukraine were to recover Crimea from Russia, in the same way that Israel recovered the West Bank, Judea and Samaria, and East Jerusalem from Jordan.
That's assuming that Israel owns that piece of land to start off with.
Well, yes, but I'm saying the same rules have to apply.
Can I come on to a different question, Natasha?
May I just finish the answer?
And I've got a different question.
The same rules have to apply.
Quite limited on time, I'm so sorry.
5 minutes until the next speaker. So, on Palestinian recognition...
She asked the question, got absolutely destroyed and schooled, and then said, "Oh, I have a different question, actually." It's brilliant.
And whether they are entitled to a state. Simple yes/no question. Do you believe that the Palestinians are entitled to a state?
Self-determination does not give one a right to a state in international law.
That's a no.
But would you like to understand why?
I'd like to know from you whether Natasha Hausdorf believes that the Palestinians have the right to a state.
I have explained that the Palestinians already have self-determination and an autonomy.
Not self-determination.
There is no... The right to a state is not according to international law.
No. Thank you.
We simply don't...
Beautiful. Beautiful. Finally, somebody said it. The Palestinians have no right to their own state. 100% correct. Sorry. You've been acting pretty bad recently. You haven't really been such good actors. You've been committing a lot of atrocities recently, killing a lot of people, a lot of innocent people. So, sorry, no state. Every time we give you a state, you elect a corrupt or a terrorist government. You literally pay terrorists to commit acts against Jews, whether that's the Palestinian Authority, whether that's Hamas in Gaza. You suck. You really just suck. You're just bad. So no state for you.